I think all parents want to do the best for the children. Sometimes they get caught up with societal pressure and people say, so can your child read? Can your child do division? So, and if your child cannot, and you say, oh my gosh, I better, send the child to some tuition center, because, see, I mean, the parents are doing all this, not to me. Some people say parents are cancel, but to me, the parents just want to give the best to the child. I mean, obviously, if my friends and all, kids can read and can do division, of course, I want to do the best for my child, and then hence, they register them in different kind of enrichment. And why they do that is because, in a way, they don't even know how to interact playfully. Well, there are some who can, but there are others who are not comfortable. Can you imagine 8 hours a day you work in front of your laptop with a computer, and you go home and snap, you start playing with the little one? No, something, it's not easy to play with little ones. I think society doesn't really value play. They don't understand what play is for children, because in play you learn to negotiate, especially when you're 5. You don't play alone. I mean, we would be worried if the child is constantly playing alone. Yeah, when they're 2, yes, they play alone, solitary play we call that. And then you have parallel play where I sit next to my friend and play. But then about 5, they're already having this cooperative play where you play, and you negotiate, okay, and they say, okay, you have different roles, you be the mommy, you be the daddy, or whatever. And it is important because when you grow up, how important it is to be able to work in a team, okay, how to play your different roles and work collaboratively. That's important, because I remember one Finnish professor who was asked about their system. They have no exams, okay, and so the reporter asked, you have no exams, there's no competition, how would a child survive, when you grow up and have to work in a competitive world? Okay, so we have to train them to be competitive from very young. But he actually said that, to be successful in work life is not about competition. It's about collaboration. Okay, drawing definitely is, creative forms of expression, right? So it's being creative when you draw. But what may happen is when parents or adults or teachers will say, what, this is a chicken? Oh, it doesn't look like a chicken, and sadly preschoolers are telling us that they don't know how to draw. So we are taking away a lot of potentials from children when we don't allow them to draw, and they learn that I don't know how to draw. So where's the imagination? You see, they can draw something that represents a dragon. It may not look like a dragon, but it represents a dragon. Or they may say, they may draw something else that is an alien that we don't even see here. They can imagine lots of things through a drawing. But if children say they cannot draw, it's sad, I think. Well, when you talk about forms of play, I've also interviewed other people. So when I was young, we lived in a kampong, so my playthings are like the chickens. We'll chase the chickens, or which we don't have now. So in terms of form of play, you can say that it has changed because our social physical environment has changed. You see, so you don't get things that are available easily in years before, and that's why in Europe, okay, they have started this concept of forest schools, which means that not a school in a forest, a building in the forest, but they have a building, but they bring the children to the forest, and maybe this is something that we can think of, but as you know, we don't have forests, right? But I saw another school in England, they don't have the beach, that easily accessible. So they created a beach in the middle of the school so that the children can experience. You see, and that's all play, play in the forest. How are we going to pull the branch that has fallen? How many children need to be pulling? So all these kind of things, just to be going back to nature, and that's a movement. It started in the Nordic countries, and then other parts of Europe is doing that, so as to encourage play in a natural setting, which we did before, and now we really cannot play in a natural setting because they're all concrete, they're playgrounds. That's why when we interviewed children, what would you like to do on a free day? You can do anything you want and playing in the playground. Okay, so when you look at what children say about wanting to play, it's really about playing in open spaces, okay, and in natural settings as far as possible. So I think Singapore has opportunities in the parks. The beach is free, okay. Playgrounds, a long time ago, I was teaching in Boon Lay area. Within walking distance, we can walk to 10 playgrounds. 10 playgrounds. So there's lots of opportunity. But, the sad thing is, how many parents allow their children to play in the playground? Some people will say, it's dirty, or they will meet undesirable characters, be influenced. So it's a choice that parents make.